All right. Julia, I am going to help you out here with a couple videos for some of your problems. I went through your test. Spectacular job. About 92%. Excellent. You're going to be recommended for geometry by me for sure. For sure. I just want to go over a couple of the problems that I wanted to make sure you got a video of. On test A, part A, numbers 29, 30, 35, and 36. Number 29, this one right here. You factored it okay. The 15x squared minus 10x is equal to 0. You factored it by factoring out a 5 and an x. Should have been a 5x, sloppy. 5x, and then it should turn into a 3x minus 2 is equal to 0. Then you have to set each part. 5x equals 0, 3x minus 2 equals 0. Divide by 5, and x should equal 0, and add 2. 3x is equal to 2, divided by 3, x equals a positive 2/3. Okay? That's how you should have done number 29. They told you or they showed you that you have to factor something out, which you did, but then you just have to set each part equal to 0. Something got a little bungeed up with yours. I really honestly couldn't see it all that well, more so than it being wrong. I just couldn't see it that well to see the answers that you wrote. Now, number 30, same thing. You have to factor and solve. You have x squared minus 2x minus 35. They want you to set up in the binomials and then set it equal to 0. They wrote all of this for you. You just have to take your time. It's going to be x plus and x minus, and it's going to be 7 and 5, but it's going to be x plus 5 equals 0, x minus 7 equals 0. Subtract 5, x equals a negative 5, add 7, x equals 7. That's your solution set, negative 5, 7, for this problem when you factor this into two binomials, okay? Again, don't know if it was just the test, you trying to read it. I think I might have to go to an eye doctor now because of the darkness of your test. It was incredibly dark. Numbers 35 and 36. Let's take a peek at those two suckers. 35 and 36. There you are. Okay. Now, they tell you the quadratic formula. You just did some minor errors within this. Negative b, be careful. The b is negative already. Let me make this bigger just so we can see it better. Okay. B is already negative, so the negative b should be a negative 16. Should be 16 plus or minus, and this is the discriminant here, b squared. So it's going to be negative 16 squared, minus 4 times a, which is 2, and c, which is negative 40. Okay? Now, negative 16 squared, negative 16 times negative 16 is a positive 256, minus 4 times 2 is a positive, okay, sorry, should be plus, because a negative 4 times 2 is a negative 8. A negative 8 times negative 40 should be positive 320, and this should add up to 550, or stop that, 576, and you have to take the square root of 576. Now, the square root of 576, when you work it out, should be a nice, neat, let me find my test. I've got it in my head, but the answer to that should be 24. Okay, square root of 576 works out neatly with the discriminant is just 24. So this whole gobstopper turns to 24, and you've got 16 plus or minus 24, all divided by 2 times a, which is just 4. So you've got 16 plus 24 over 4, 16 minus 24 over 4. Those two make 40, and 40 divided, that's 10. And these two make negative 8. Negative 8 divided by 4 is negative 2. Okay, you had, I think, the discriminant not coming out to be a factorable number. I couldn't read the number, but it came out to be decimal answers, and it definitely is not a decimal answer. It ends up working out nice and neat. Same thing with number 36, the discriminant within there. You have to take this problem, substitute the numbers into the discriminant, the quadratic formula. Okay, so this is b, it's negative. Okay, so the discriminant is b squared, it's negative 3 squared minus 4 times a, which is 5, times c, which is 7. Okay, now what you've got to be careful with there is negative 3 times negative 3 is a positive 9. 4 times 5 is 20, but it's a negative 20. And a negative 20 times 7 is negative 140. And when you do this, it comes out to be a negative answer. That's all they're looking for. The discriminant of this equation, 140 and 9 makes a negative 131. Something got bungeed up in yours when you got that one worked out. It didn't come out to be negative 131. Now, I'm going to hustle in here and get back to the test 2. You're going to kick yourself so hard for number 2. Okay, the campground one. You are. If you don't kick yourself out, I will kick you. Researchers study blah, 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 blah. They want to know a polynomial model that shows the total number of overnight stays for both campgrounds together. Both campgrounds together. So basically, they lined it up for you in this problem to just add straight down. A negative 7 and a positive 21 make a positive 14x squared. A negative 180 and a negative 140 make a negative 320x. And a positive 5,800 and a positive 1,900 make a positive 7,700. That's all you had to do, was just combine like terms. The way they wrote it, it was purposefully written to make you go, I'm not sure what it is. That's some high level. It's just adding straight down. So don't freak out. You did incredibly well for a couple of brain fart problems. I'm very impressed. You did a great job. My pleasure to have you in class this summer. Hopefully I see you next year. Hopefully we're back soon. Bye.